From Farmingdale High School, Lander Sports Productions in conjunction with Telecare presents the LIPA Game of the Week. Tonight in a Conference 1 showdown. It's a battle for first place as the Freeport Red Devils visit the Farmingdale Dalers. Hi everybody, I'm Ed Ingles along with Wayne Morris, and we have a game with intense interest tonight because you're bringing a Freeport team. They won 23 in a row in the regular season. Last time they lost a game was to Farmingdale last year. That was in the Nassau Conference Championship game. Now this year 7-0, playing very well. Conversely, Farmingdale, team 6-1. They've lost once this year, only lost to Baldwin, but they are the defending Long Island champions. They won that last year with a victory over Floyd. When you look at these teams, Wayne, they are different. They're contrasting styles.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen this matchup over the last couple of years between Freeport and Farmingdale. Every year, this matchup decides who's going to be first in the conference. And the contrast in styles is basically in the offense. The Freeport is a wide open spread offense. They want to throw the ball. They want to swing it. And with Farmingdale, they're going to power football. They're going to knock it down your throat, and they want to control the clock, and they're going to run up the points through the running game. So they're very different in the offense. But tonight, it's going to be which defense is going to step up to stop these two high-powered offense. And Eddie, with Freeport's defense, what you got is you got a team that plays cover 2 in the secondary. They don't blitz a lot because they want to get the pressure through their front four. Very athletic, very big, very fast, and they swarm to the football.
Now for you non-football fans, cover 2 is zone defense. See, I'm learning, Wayne. All right, now let's talk about the trigger man on Freeport, the quarterback, Randy Mills. 17 touchdown passes. He's thrown in 7 games. He's only 5 away from equaling the one-season Nassau County record. Tell me about Mills.
Well, with Randy, with this no-huddle offense and this spread offense, they don't go to a huddle. He takes the signal from the sideline. So you have to be very smart and understand what's going on in the secondary. And he's done a terrific job over the last 2 years picking up the offense, understanding how to read defenses, and it shows in his performance. This year, Eddie, 17 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. He's on pace to break the Nassau County record of 22. He's got a great arm, but his leadership and his ability to understand the offense and read the defense is the key for Randy Mills.
Now, Farmingdale has a new weapon offensively. Steve Panarelli, a running back. They converted him from a tight end, and he came up big in his first game out a couple of weeks ago against Hicksville.
Yeah, Farmingdale suffered some injuries early in the season. Every now and then they have a starter fall out and miss a game. Well, a couple of weeks ago, Joe Zuccaro, the starting tailback, got hurt. So Steve Panarelli, a guy, remember now, this kid's been a cornerback and a wide receiver most of his career here at Farmingdale. Never started running back. He gets a start. He goes out of his mind, 275 yards, 5 TDs against Hicksville. Follows that up last week with 117 yards and 2 TDs. So now they have depth in the backfield, and they want to run the ball, control the clock, keep that Freeport offense off the field.
All right, that's the setup. We'll be back with the interviews. Greg will talk to both coaches right after this.
Hello, I'm Father Tom Hartman. We at Telecare love sports, so I'd like to invite you to join us for our 2nd season of Catholic High School Sports on Telecare. We'll be showcasing student athletes from all our Catholic high schools. We're also delighted to announce that we're expanding this year. We're expanding to include public schools on Long Island and area colleges. So won't you join us for our special coverage of sports on Long Island? And we welcome your comments and suggestions. So give us a call at 516-538-8700.
Greg Schultz here in the field at Farmingdale High School as we get set for Farmingdale versus Freeport. Big game. I'm joined here by the coach of the Dalers, Coach Buddy Krumenacker. Coach, talk a little bit about the importance of this game going up against Freeport. They're undefeated. You guys are 6-1.
Well, it's a big game because we want to go into the playoffs as the top seed. We're the defending champion and the #1 seed, and you'd like to defend that, and you'd like to finish the year as the #1 seed.
Talk about your halfback, Steve Pinelli. He stepped in this year, done a great job. Talk about the importance of him to your team.
Well, he's had a great second half of the season, and Joe Zuccaro has had equally the season, and those two guys are going to carry the load for us. They're going to share the football, and I'm going to let them run with it.
This Freeport team is an explosive team. How important is it for your team to run the ball, control the clock today?
Well, I think the best way to stop a great offense is to not let them have the football. I mean, that's it's not doing defensive scheming. It's don't let them have the ball. Maintain possession, and you keep the ball out of Randy Mills' hands.
Okay, Coach, great. Good luck tonight. Big game here at Farmingdale High School. Farmingdale and Freeport. I'll be with Coach Sellen a little later.
Tonight's game is brought to you by LIPA, the power of change. Long Island Railroad, going your way. By Computer Associates, proud supporter of Long Island. By J.P. Morgan Chase, the right relationship is everything. Keyspan Energy, service Long Island's gas needs. By State Farm Insurance, call Jim Patterson in Mineola. By the Baha Man T-shirt factory, offering the finest screen printing and embroidery. By the New York Dragons, arena football at the Nassau Coliseum. By Long Island Cycle and Marine in Bayshore. By Freeport Booster Club. By the Long Island Institute for Professional Studies. By Plainview Physical Therapy and Fast Edge. By Long Island Athletic, Hempstead Turnpike, Farmingdale. And Friends of Farmingdale Athletics.
I'm here with the coach of Freeport High School, Coach Russ Sellen. Now, Russ, tell us quickly as we get set here for kickoff, a little bit about the impact of this game. You guys are undefeated going up against the Farmingdale team, 6-1, who beat you in the finals last year.
You know, I think that's more for the fans than anything else. We have a good team. They have a good team. You know, this game is what it is. It's just going to be a great football game, I think.
How's it important for you to get your quarterback Randy Mills going and to keep this Farmingdale team from controlling the game?
Well, it's really important. I mean, we have to definitely be able to throw the ball, and we have to be able to run our offense. We can't just throw, and we can't just run. We have to be able to do both, and that's what we've been doing.
Okay, Coach, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
We're moments away from kickoff here. Farmingdale versus Freeport. We're going to send it up to Wayne and Ed.
Back here at Farmingdale High School for the opener here, the kickoff opener. Wayne Morris, as you look at these two teams, you got some wind tonight. Weather is fairly decent. Will the wind be a factor? And if so, how will it play into this game?
Well, it won't be a factor for Farmingdale on offense because they like to run the football. And for Freeport, they played in a windy game 2 weeks ago at Baldwin versus Baldwin and put up 35 points with the wind. So they've been used to dealing with the wind. And really, the big part of the game that will be affected by the wind is the special teams, the kicking game. Because in a close ball game, field position is always key. And then can you make your extra points? And we saw a game a couple of weeks ago, Ed, and where teams were trying to kick off and the ball was only going to the 30-yard line. So field position is really the most important factor with the win.
All right, now you look at Freeport. You talk about their ability to throw the ball. They want to throw from that spread formation. They call it the Northwestern spread. What that means is they run from a spread formation, but the quarterback, the tailback, when he moves with the ball, he tends to pitch it forward rather than back to the tailback. But Freeport ran for 210 yards against Hempstead in their last game, even though it's a two-point stance blocking, and they do a lot of zone blocking and brush blocking. They can run the football. Farmingdale will kick off to Freeport. Buddy Krumenacher, the Farmingdale coach, said, we want to control the football. We want to keep Freeport's explosive offense off the field. Well, they certainly will get that opportunity here on the kickoff. Farmingdale going with a new kicker in this game. They got a kid off the soccer team who came in to kick because they were not happy with the kickers, so they got Paul Mueller kicking off. He's a new kicker just off the soccer team. Deep, Gilliam and Rittmeyer. This is Rittmeyer at the 6. Got a hold. And right away, Freeport will have excellent field position. Rittmeyer brings it out to the 39, and Freeport will go 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Looking at the Freeport offense, they go with the quarterback, Randy Mills, number 12. We talked about his ability to throw the ball, also an effective runner. His tailback is Stephen Barrett, number 2. Other than that, it's 4 wide receivers. 5 is Janae Hannum Gilliam. Jet Bates is number 7. Number 8 is Javian Eason. And the other one is Eric Rietmeyer, number 3. These are the receivers as Freeport goes 1st and 10, just underway from their 36-yard line. Mills waiting for the snap. Hand off to Barrett. I'm sorry, to Eason. Eason off the left side. He doesn't find any running room. It gets stacked up nicely. Good penetration defensively that time by Kyle Bethay coming on to make the hit. Good play defensively by Farmingdale.
Yeah, Farmingdale, you know, their defense has changed over the years. You know, they don't have the big linebackers like they used to. They still have Matt Albanese, who's 240, and he's a beast in the middle. But the outside linebackers, Bethay, only 170 pounds. And Steve Penarelli, the other outside linebacker, 180 pounds. But you see the speed and the way they can close on a football.
Both teams have a lot of speed. Freeport picks up 1 yard on that play. 2nd and 9. We're just underway. First possession of the game. Mills, the quarterback. Diving catch, a beautiful throw by Mills, short of the first down, making the catch with a nice grab there, doing the job for Freeport as they get a good job on the receiving end is Gilliam, and he's done well at that short pass.
Yeah, and you see the Farmingdales, they play an aggressive style of defense, and they're not going to back down against this Freeport team who has more speed than them, but you can see they're coming up and playing press coverage in the secondary, so there's going to be a lot of one-on-one battles and in the secondary against Freeport.
So Freeport averaging 35 points a game goes 3rd and 3 from the 45. Mills. not finding running room, trying to fight for the first down, but he will not get it. He is dragged down. Mills could not find running room that time. Good penetration on the defensive end by Farmingdale. In to make the tackle was Matt Alabise, the very fine Albanese, the very fine linebacker, 240-pound linebacker. Really, he is certainly all Long Island this year.
Yeah, man, Albanese, he's a 3-year starter. Like I mentioned before, he's a beast in the middle. He makes a lot of the tackles, but right there, Eddie, you saw Farmingdale get what they wanted, 3 and out. Now they're going to get the ball. They're going to have a chance to control the clock.
Mills will cut it away. It is Mills puts it away, a short kick. They'll let it roll. It'll roll. They'll get a pretty good roll on it. And Farmingdale, for the first time, will touch the ball at their own 23. They will go 1st and 10. Now, talk a little bit, if you will, Wayne, about what the Dalers like to do offensively.
Well, they got to run the football. I mean, they want to run the football. They, Matt Danowski will throw the ball. The flow of the game will dictate how many times he throws the football. He'll have games where he comes out and only attempts 7 passes or 5 passes, and in other weeks he'll come out and throw for 15 to 20 times. So really, the flow of the game will dictate how many times they throw the football. But tonight, they want to run the ball.
Number 7, Matt Danowski, is the quarterback. He has passed for 10 touchdowns. His running back, the fullback, Matt Albanese, 240 pounds. The running back, the primary running back as they start the game, is Steve Panarelli, 6'0", 180, senior captain. They go from the power I, Farmingdale, and they give it to Panarelli, who had 5 touchdowns against Sixville. He gets about 4 off the left side that time.
And we talked about Steve, the young man, Steve Panarelli, in the open. What a terrific job he's done coming on. Started the year as a wide receiver, and now starting a couple of weeks ago at tailback for the first time. He's got 623 yards already and 11 touchdowns. So he's done a terrific job making a conversion. So it just made him deeper in the backfield with Sakara.
Buddy Krumenacher said on first down it's important they get 5 or 6 yards because they're not good in long yardage situations. But Farmingdale can strike 2 from anywhere on the field as they go 2nd and 6 this time. They go with 2 wingbacks and they go right up the middle and they get yardage. That quick hitter up the middle. They'll give you a little bit of this, a little bit of that time. Matt Albanese, 6'0", 240-pound senior captain, 3-year starter, known for his blocking, but he has scored 5 touchdowns this year, Albanese.
Yeah, he's a power back. He's going to do a lot of blocking. He can catch the ball out the backfield, and he does a terrific job all around. And what you see right here, I've noticed early, is that Farmingdale, they're coming out really spreading the field out. Wide splits. They got the receivers all the way out past the numbers. They really try to spread the defense of take those cover 2 corners out of the mix in the run game and really try to isolate up the middle.
Farmingdale goes with a 2 tight end on first down. And again, they give the ball to Parinelli, but that time Parinelli did not get the yardage he needed as he stopped on a good defensive play that time by Freeport. Up to make the stop is Taylor Easton, number 10. He's 5'10", 150-pound sophomore. He's excellent in coverage, younger brother of the other safety back there, Javian Easton.
Yeah, and Easton's going to get credit for the tackle, but number 51, Eric Healy, did a good job on the edge, forcing the running back, cut back inside where Easton can make the tackle.
So the Dalers will go 2nd and 10 from the 39 after no gain on the first down play. Panarelli goes in motion. Here's the first pass of the day. It is complete. A nice throw out here on the right side. Making the catch for Farmingdale. Running out of the flat is Brendan Skakandi, who makes the grab.
Yeah, they snuck him out in the flat, and a good tackle by the safety coming up, stopping him short. Otherwise, he would have had a first down, so we're going to have 3rd and 4. And you can see Farmingdale very deliberate coming in and out of huddle. They are taking as much time as they can. They realize what kind of offense Freeport has, and the best way to keep a good offense off the field is your offense to have success, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to eat up the clock.
Now they go 3rd and 4 Farmingdale from their 41-yard line. Panarelli this time is lined up as a wingback. Skandikandi comes in motion, but they'll let Danowski carry. He's going to get the first down across the 45. Nice run by Danowski. Shows good speed getting around the corner as he's taken down that time by by Eric Rietmeyer in to make the stop. Rietmeyer, 6'0", 170, is a junior.
And you can see the other aspect of the Farmingdale offense is the quarterback, Matt Danowski, a big-time lacrosse player, and you can see he's very good in the open field. He's a great running quarterback. I mentioned how many times he'll throw the ball, but you can see right there, he broke out of the tackle of number 51, Eric Healy, who had a chance to get him, but he wasn't able to hold containment on the outside from his outside linebacker position.
Because Matt Danowski is the son of John Danowski, the Hofstra lacrosse coach. Dalers go 1st and 10 for the 47, and they they give it to Panarelli, who kind of struggles for extra yardage. You like your running back who, when he gets hit, goes forward. He's tough. He's a hard-nosed runner. And Panarelli gives you some speed from that position.
Yeah, he gives you the speed. You know, he's a wide receiver, remember. But he's also a gritty, tough kid. The kid's a wrestler, and he brings that mentality in the backfield with him. He's very aggressive. He's not afraid. He's been a performer here for the last couple of years, so he has experience.
We're scoreless. Freeport and Farmingdale. The clock is not working here. They had a power outage. Eric Healy made the stop on the last play. We're about midway through the first quarter. Farmingdale goes 2nd and 5 as they move into Freeport territory at the 49-yard line. They go from the I. This is the quarterback, Janowski. He's being chased and flushed out of the pocket, but again, he gets nice throw to Candy, makes the catch. That's a play they worked 2 times now on this drive.
And that's what Matt Janowski improvising right there, because he was dead on the corner, and the cornerback, Eric Rittmeyer, made a cardinal sin. He's out there guarding Candy, had him locked down, and he decided to come up and chase the quarterback. No, you're in coverage. You got to stick to your guy, wait till he crosses the line of scrimmage, then come up and make the tackle. But unfortunately, Eric Rittmeyer, a little impatient out there in the corner, left his man open.
Well, they got themselves only 3 yards in that play, thanks to Stanley Gutierrez, the middle linebacker. Gutierrez, 6'0", 215, the junior. An outstanding footwork. That time he shut it with the stop. So now Farmingdale goes 3rd and 3 from the Red Devils' 46. This is offensive line as we have jumping flags go. Let's see if anybody's drawn offside. Farmingdale goes with an offensive line that only had 1 starter back this year from last year's Long Island championship team.
Yeah, and you know, Coach Buddy Krumenacker talked about how he is pleasantly surprised and happy with the play of his offensive line, because coming into the season, that was the point of their team they weren't sure about. As you mentioned, this unit did not start a game before this year together. So the offensive line on the football field needs the most continuity of any group, because they have to work in sync as a unit. So they've been playing very well this year, and they're doing a terrific job.
Starting to come on with Scott Gale, the center. He is the only veteran back. He's 6'0", 235, the senior captain. That cost him 5 yards. That illegal motion call on Farmingdale brings up a 3rd and 8 from the 49-yard line. They go with 3 wide receivers at the bottom of the screen. Janowski looks to the 3 receivers. Now he's caught down beautifully on a nice defensive play at that time. In to make the stop very quickly was the guy, the big tackle, coming in to make the play. Bemi Otalaja. He made a great play. We saw Otalaja play well against Baldwin the second half too, when he has really good pursuit. He gets after you. A 2-year starter, very quick, very athletic, and has improved as the years gone by.
Yeah, Bemi, 2-year starter, and that's his 7th sack on the year. He's done a terrific job. They don't blitz a lot, Freeport. They rely on those front 4 to get pressure on the quarterback, and you saw right there he came up big.
So that backs him up on 4th down. They got to put it away, Farmingdale. And that's a nice kick, backing Rietmeyer back inside the 20. He'll take it to the 15. He gets 1 block, and then down he goes. Rietmeyer couldn't find running him, almost a block in the back that time. In to make the tackle for Farmingdale was Lou Gettleman. Nice play by Gettleman.
And you're right, Eddie. It wasn't blocking the back. Number 9, Willie Seward, did not have to block that man, because Rietmeyer already had gone by him. And coaches always say, if you see the back of the jerseys, do not touch the man. Fortunately for him, the referees did not make the call.
So now Freeport, with their 2nd possession of the game, goes 1st and 10 for the 18. We are scoreless, Freeport and Farmingdale. Freeport will go on offense as the quarterback, Randy Mills, looks to Russ Sellon, the coach of Freeport, they signal in the plays, they go for the no huddle, and they like to spread the field. 1 wide receiver at the top, 2 at the bottom. But they give it off this time to Barrett. Not much running room. You can see where Farmingdale really gets after you defensively. They're very quick.
Yeah, what they're trying to do, they're locking up man-to-man right now, and they say, we're putting 4 guys in your 4, and we're going to take our front 7 and try to stop you from running the little draw that they like to run out of the shotgun, and with Barrett and occasionally with J.V. Neeson. And, what I'm waiting for is to see Freeport go down the field right now, because they are in press coverage.
Greg DiStefano made the tackle, 5'10", 170 senior. He plays the inside linebacker situation. Freeport picks up 3 on the play. They go 2nd and 7 for the 21. This is a Conference 1 battle. With right now Freeport in 1st place unbeaten, and Farmingdale tied with Baldwin in 2nd place, a game back. Power ratings show Farmingdale 2, Baldwin 3. This is Mills. Wants to go deep. Overthrows the intended target. A long throw that time for Javian Eason.
And right there, they tried to take advantage of the safety, Panarelli, actually the outside linebacker, Panarelli, and they lined up J.V. Neeson tight as the tight end position, which you'll see a lot. And he ran a corner around. Unfortunately, the ball was thrown a little bit long.
That's the matchup they want. When you put Eason at a tight end and a linebacker, he's got an advantage in speed. Eason will play, he'll play tight end, he'll play wide receiver, he'll play tailback. So now Freeport goes 3rd and 7 from the 21.
And actually what they're doing is they're matching up Panarelli with Eason all over the field, because now Panarelli, who's an outside linebacker, is lined up in the corner.
4 receivers this time over the middle, and a bad pass almost picked off by Farmingdale. Threw it for Rittenmeyer. Rittenmeyer tried to come down with it, but there he was on the edge that time. Nakal Bethea making the deflection, almost made the interception.
He had the receiver open, just made a poor throw. Just made a poor throw, underthrew him a little bit, allowed the underneath coverage of Bethea to come back and get a hand on the ball. Fortunately for Mills, he was not able to hold on, and they're going to punt the ball away.
So Buddy Krummenacher has to be happy. Farmingdale stopping Freeport on their first 2 series. 3 and out for Freeport. Mills will kick it away. Farmingdale should get really good field position. Short kick. It's going to bounce Farmingdale's way, and Farmingdale will have an excellent position. They'll go 1st and 10 at the Red Devils' 39-yard line. So what do you see so far, Wayne, between these two, where they're moving the ball? Obviously, Farmingdale's defense is doing a good job.
Well, right now, in big games, a lot of times in the first quarter is a feeling out period. Coaches now are going to look, see what the other team's doing against each other, and they're going to make their adjustments, their early first quarter adjustments, and then come out and try to execute a little bit better. Both teams not executing as well as they'd like, but then again, you're playing against 2 good defenses, so, you're not always going to get what you want on the offensive side of the ball when you're playing against 2 good defenses.
Line up Panarelli on the left. He comes in motion, and they give it to him on a counter play off the right side. He'll get some yardage. You can see he's strong. He ran for 275 yards his first game as a tailback.
Yeah, he just... I like to say, I use an expression when a kid does that, he just played out of his mind, because for a kid who didn't play tailback to get 27 carries for 275 yards and 5 TDs in his first ball game, it's just crazy. I mean, it's just hard to believe, but this what type of player this kid is. He'll do what the coach asked him to do, and he stepped up big time, and now it's given Farmingdale another weapon in the backfield.
So Farmingdale picks up 2 yards as Gutierrez and Greenwood are in to make the stop. Dallas goes 2nd 8 from the Freeport 37, scoreless game first quarter. Here goes Danowski. Didn't get around the corner. I talked to the coach, Russ Sellen. He said the thing we want to do with Danowski is keep him in the pocket, because once he gets out of the pocket and starts rolling around, he's very creative. Well, Danowski's been able to roll around out of the pocket, but Freeport's done a real good job defensively on the edge so far. Yeah,
they could be doing a better job, because right now he's getting the corner, but he's taking it a little bit wide, and the linebackers, as you saw Stephen Barrett right there, do a good job of coming from his zone drop and coming up making a tackle. So, those defensive ends for Freeport need to make sure they stay on the outside and not allow him to get to the outside and force him to step up into the pass rush of their tackles.
Stephen Barrett, 3 years in the varsity, made the tackle. We go 3rd and 8, the Dalers. 4 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Danowski wants to roll left. Fires way over the head of the intended receiver. Trying to hit the long ball that time, rolling out as he tried to catch up to Stephen Panarelli, who came out of the backfield. Of course, Panarelli knows about catching the football since he played wide receiver before switching to tailback.
Yeah, they'll use a single back, using a fullback with Monroe and Albanese, and take the 2 wings and send them out in the pattern. That's what they did right there. They sent Panarelli out in the route, and you saw Danowski on the move again, but he got a lot of pressure from Adam Woodmansey, number 58, knocked him to the ground, got up slowly. And if you remember last year, Ed, in this regular season game, they knocked Danowski out with a shoulder injury, and he was able to come back a couple of weeks later and turn around and win the ball game in the national championship.
John Kirk punts it away. It's going to in the end zone. I like the way Kirk kicks the ball. He gets a high spiral kick in the end zone. We're going to step out here. We don't have the official time. Clock not working. Late first quarter. Freeport nothing. Farmingdale nothing.
Helping to protect our environment. That's what we do. By developing clean alternative sources of electric energy, like geothermal, solar, wind, and fuel cell technology.
LIPA, the power of change.
Helping Long Islanders conserve electric energy. That's what we do. By showing businesses how to build energy-efficient buildings and helping homeowners reduce their electric energy usage year-round.
LIPA, the power of change.
Let's go down to the crossing. Look, man, I'm out of here. Ken.
Do yourself a favor. Stay off the tracks.
Computer Associates. We don't just make great software, we make great neighbors. CA, proud to support Long Island. Today's game is brought to you by J.P. Morgan Chase, proud sponsor of high school sports on Telecare. J.P. Morgan Chase, with convenient branches throughout Nassau and Suffolk counties to serve you. So whether it's a saving or a checking account, visit J.P. Morgan Chase. The right relationship is everything.
Burner's broken.
Who has room in their life for a broken burner? For installation and reliable service of clean gas heat, call Keyspan.
In Mineola, see your good neighbor, State Farm agent Jim Patterson, for all your insurance needs.
So now Freeport for the third time goes on offense. They've not had good field position in the game. They've not made a first down. That's unusual for a Freeport team that averages about 35 points a game, Wayne.
Well, we talked about the win earlier. They're going into the win right now. So whenever Farmingdale is kicking the ball away, Kirk is getting good distance on his punts. And conversely, when Freeport's punting, they're not really getting the distance because they're kicking into the win.
But the danger is Freeport can explode with a big play. You can stop them 15 plays in a row, and they're going to hit a 70-yard touchdown on you. As they go from that spread formation, they try to come up the middle with Barrett. That's not going to get much. Farmingdale right there defensively doing an excellent job to close down the run. So far, Freeport not able to establish a running game.
No, because they got 7 in the box, and the linebackers, Bethea and Matt Albanese, and what they're doing is they're just keen on those backs. Whenever you see Barrett in the backfield, along with Eason, they're just keen on them. So whenever you get the ball, they're chasing them.
All right, the first quarter is over. We are scoreless. Freeport and Farmingdale. From Farmingdale, we're going to step out, but we'll come right back. The Baja Man T-shirt factory, 940 at Atlantic Avenue in Baldwin, is a proud supporter of Long Island high school sports. The Baja Man has the finest screen printing and embroidery for your team uniforms, T-shirts, hats, pants, bags, or flags. The Baja Man also offers custom logos for contractors, restaurants, companies, fundraisers, and sports teams. So for your team uniform needs, give Peter a call at 516-378-1553 or check out their website at www.bahaman.com.
Arena football, demonstrated by Kurt Warner and John Elway. Arena quarterbacks pass almost every play. Score so high you'll need oxygen. Running for the sidelines? What sidelines? Offense also plays defense. Oh, one more thing. The field, only 50 yards long. This is the Arena Football League, Season 17. This February, football is in the house.
Hey boys, want to have some fun?
Then you've got to get down to Long Island Cycle and Marine in Bayshore for their preseason clearance. Preseason clearance. Going on now. Save thousands on every motorcycle. Every jet boat. Every ATV and wave runner in the store. Long Island Cycle and Marine. Long Island Cycle and Marine has the hottest Honda, Kawasaki, and Yamaha products at huge preseason savings.
Long Island Cycle and Marine. Long Island Cycle and Marine, where the fun begins.
Back here at Farmingdale High School Stadium, we're scoreless as we start the second quarter, along with Wayne Morris, I'm Ed Ingles, Ralph Menarchek also with us tonight, sideline reporter and also statistician and spotter. Ralph, your observation so far?
Well, one thing about this Farmingdale team, although this last game of the regular season, between 5 and 7 of these kids are going to play Division I lacrosse, headlined by Matt Danowski, all up and down the line. Syracuse, Hofstra, Duke, North Carolina, all these programs are going to be funneled by these kids. So this Farmingdale team, they're going to be together once more in the spring, no matter what happens today and in the playoffs.
So Farmingdale, like a lot of teams, they like to get lacrosse players on football. You also see some schools love to have their wrestlers on the football team. As Freeport goes 2nd and 10 from their 20. Freeport is yet to make a first down as they start the second quarter with the quarterback Mills. There's that pitch. Going to try to get outside, but that play's not going to go anywhere either, Wayne, as they stop it quickly. That time it's Stephen Barrett again trying to haul it.
And you see Matt Danowski, the quarterback, gets his own licks in there, making a tackle. You know, what Farmingdale's doing defensively, they're just matching up man-to-man, Eddie. They got the corners on the wide receivers and press coverage, and if Freeport comes with 2 backs in the backfield, the safeties are just sitting there waiting for them. So if they come out in the pattern, they'll jump them. If they take the pitch, they're right on them. So they're going to have to, Freeport's going to have to take advantage of these one-on-one matchups.
Nice job by Matt Danowski, the quarterback, who also plays strong safety to come up and make the hit. Danowski, really an outstanding athlete, has the range, as you sure then, and of course, he's a short tackler. Mills is going to go up top. And that time he hits a intended receiver. The right pass hits to Gilliam. He's been finding Gilliam out there in the flat. That's the 3rd time Mills has completed a pass in this game. In to make the stop that time was Steve Panarelli, who does it all from the secondary and also running back.
Yeah, and you know, that simple hook route by Hammond Gilliam, and Randy Mills did a good job, quick drop, trying to allow him to make an easy catch and break a tackle and make a big play.
So far, Farmingdale not allowing Freeport to make the big play nor to throw the deep throw. Now the wind is at the back of the Freeport kicker this time, as Mills will kick it away from his inside his 10. And a fair catch is signaled for at the 45-yard line of Freeport. Nice grab that time by Brendan Skakandi. And now again, Farmingdale gets the ball for the 2nd time in this game in Red Devil territory.
And the field position right now, the advantage is going to Farmingdale. Every time Freeport gets the ball, they're backed up in their own end, and Freeport's get excellent field position. However, you got to start taking advantage of it if you're Farmingdale. You can't allow opportunities after opportunities to go away when you're getting the ball at midfield. And you got to get something going on offense right now.
And the reason for that is Farmingdale, when they got the ball the first time, moved the chains twice as they go out of that T formation with 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen, but they're going to give it to breaking through there is Matt Albanese. He gets running room. The big guy got more than the first down. He takes it inside the 20-yard line. That's just a quick hitter. Good blocking on the left side of the line by Farmingdale.
Yeah, good play call. They know Freeport's going to be in the zone, so what they do, they come out in trips, they spread out the secondary, take the safeties out in the middle, and they run with a quick hitter with the big 240-pound fullback, Matt Albanese, up the middle, and you saw right there, he just breaking the arm tackles, and he's a big load. You got to come with more than the arms to get him down on the ground.
They use him as a blocker, but once in a while they give him the football with good results. That time Albanese picked up 22 yards on a quick dive series. So the deepest penetration of the game for Farmingdale. They go 1st and 10 at the Freeport 19 scoreless game. The quarterback is Danowski. He's going to give it back to Albanese. This time he tries the quick hitter off the right side.
Yeah, and that's one of their favorite plays. They're just going to pull the guard, trap down, and hit the big fullback up the middle. And you saw right there, you know, that didn't look like much, but they got 4 yards on 1st down, and that's what they want to do. And you can see, once again, I mentioned, they're just taking their time in and out of the huddle. You see the substitutions. You see Monroe come in at the fullback. You see Lamb coming in from the sideline. They're just taking their time, methodically trying to march the football down the field.
Good tackle that time by Adam Woodmansee, 58. He's 6'2", 210 junior, has the good feet. But again, they're moving the ball. This time they try Panarelli off the left side as they dig it down around the 10-yard line after picking up 4 yards on 1st down. You can see Farmingdale just trying to move it between the tackles on the ground.
Yeah, and you know they're gonna run the fullback trap. They're gonna bring the wing around and let him follow up the fullback. Albanese in the middle of Monroe, and you saw right there Panarelli. Not a lot in the middle because Bemi Oaks-Alaja came up with the big stop, and you're gonna get 3rd down or 4. Now Eddie, you know it's decision time. Are you gonna go for it on 4th down? If you are, it's a good time to run play action. If not, you got to make sure you get the 1st down.
3rd and 3 after a nice tackle by Javian Eason. The safety made the tackle, but when your safeties are making a lot of tackles, you're not in good shape. Danowski rolling left. He's got receivers over there, trying to get around the edge. Gets very close to the first down where he's tossed down that time. Zanowski loves to run around the edge. He's really fleeing the pocket tonight.
Yeah, but he's got to have his head up because at the line of scrimmage, they had trips out to the left, Ed, and there was nobody covering the wide receiver, Panarelli, out by the numbers. He was all by himself. And when the ball was snapped, he started coming around the corner, and Panarelli had his hands up. Nobody continued not to cover him. And unfortunately, Zanowski did not have his head up. Otherwise, he would have had an easy touchdown because there was nobody out there.
Well, Danowski, we're trying to speed around the edge, and sometimes when you go that fast, you don't get to see this. You don't use your vision to see the field.
But you have to have your head up. You know, we watched the NFL quarterbacks on Sunday, the evolution of the quarterback with Michael Vick and Steve Young and all these guys and Donovan McNabb, but they all do the same thing. When they get out of the pocket, their first intent is to throw the football and find a receiver. So if he had his head up there, he would have had an easy score.
Well, Randy Mills does that. The Freeport quarterback does a better job of rolling out and looking downfield with his head up. He's kind of looking at the field before he commits what he's going to do, and Mills a lot of time wastes the last second before he commits.
Yeah, but he's more of a true pocket passer. He does not run as well as Danowski. And, you know, we're talking right now, we're trying to figure out who the injured player is on the field. We cannot see because they have the medical staff and the coaches around them. And so we're trying to figure out who's down on the field for Freeport.
All right, we'll step out and get the word for you. We're scoreless, Freeport, Farmingdale. Clock is out, early second quarter. We'll be right back.
The Long Island Institute for Professional Studies was founded in 1961 and takes great pride in its commitment to serving Long Island teachers and coaches. They offer both in-service and graduate-level courses, as well as New York State-approved coaching courses. All graduate courses are offered in partnership with Brooklyn College. To register for courses and request additional information, contact them at 631-563-1400. That's 631-563-1400, or visit their website.
Sprains, strains, tendonitis, back pain. At Plainview Physical Therapy, their experienced staff of rehabilitation professionals are able to evaluate and treat your orthopedic problems. They use state-of-the-art equipment and techniques which will get you back on your feet or court as quickly as possible. Plainview Physical Therapy participates in most insurance plans and has convenient hours, including evenings and Saturdays. Call them at 516-935-1958. That's 516-935-1958. Plainview Physical Therapy, they care for you. Long Island Athletics, where all of Long Island comes for their sports supply needs. Service is our specialty. So the chain gang comes in. Javian Easton, the standout player for Freeport, the strong safety, shaken up, but he did jog off the field. So we'll look to see him back in, I'm sure, very shortly. But I got his bell rung on that. But here's the important measurement. Is it a first down for Farmingdale around the Freeport 10-yard line? If not, it'll be fourth and short. They got the first down. So the Dalers move the chains. They go first down. And let's see, can they get enough yards to make the first down without scoring? We'll wait and see where they spot the football for that call. But certainly Farmingdale winning the battle they wanted to win. Buddy Krummenacher saying, we got to control the football. We have to win possession. Buddy Krummenacher, by the way, 10th year here at Farmingdale, Nassau County champs. Last year, 1999, and last year he won the Long Island Championship, knocking off Floyd. Before that, he coached 11 seasons in Hempstead. He won Nassau County titles 1984 through 1988. All right. The Dalers go first and 10 from the 10. And they give it to Albanese, the big guy. He gets some yardage inside the 5. Now he's able to move the ball. They found a horse here. And no wonder Matt Albanese at 6'0", 240, the senior captain who can move the pile.
Yeah, and Farmingdale's got coming out with wide splits, and Freeport's defense is not overly big, but they are athletic and quick. So you can, if you got the horses, power the football on them, and that's what's happening right now with Albanese. He's getting room up the middle, and he's using his big size to gain the yardage.
All right, timeout taken. We'll step out with a score, nothing. Freeport nothing, Farmingdale nothing. Midway through the second quarter. We'll be back.
So, what can we do to conserve electricity? Yeah.
Turn off the lights when I leave a room.
Okay.
Turn off the air conditioner before we leave the house, right?
Right, and set the thermostat to 78 degrees. Use timers and clean the air filters.
What about those funny-looking light bulbs?
You mean energy-efficient light bulbs? Great idea. And tell your parents to buy products with the Energy Star label and save even more money on their electric bill.
LIPA, the power of change.
Computer Associates. We don't just make great software, we make great neighbors. CA, proud to support Long Island. The MTA Long Island Railroad wants you to know that tracks are not a playground. This simple message has been delivered for over 30 years as part of the railroad's school safety program, which is offered free of charge to schools all across Long Island. LIRR representatives and MTA police officers visit the schools to discuss the do's and don'ts of safe behavior when it comes to railroad tracks, stations, and trains.
Back here at Farmingdale High School, as we said, the power is out on the scoreboard clock. There's 7:15 to go in the first half. We're scoreless. And the officials for tonight's game, the referee is Craig Marshall. The umpire is Dennis Craig. The linesman is Peter Sigmund. The field judge is Kevin Healy. And the timer is Guy Becker. And Becker is probably the guy everybody wants to talk to tonight. He's the only one in the building who knows how much time is left.
Yeah, you know, the scoreboard's out. And that'll come into play for the kids when you get down towards the end of the first half. If it's a 2-minute situation, you know, nobody's going to know how much time's left except for the official, and it's going to be up to the quarterback to find out the time.
All right, second down, goal to go from the 4 for Farmingdale. They go with that power I formation. They're not going to get in the end zone on this. There's a handoff. Good that time. Good pursuit, closing down the hole. Good job by Freeport here to make the stop on the ball carrier, getting up off the bottom of the pile. That time carrying the ball was Michael Monroe, number 40.
And Jet Bates coming in for Easton did a great job coming around the corner. He was unblocked. They figured they can hit the hole before he can come around the corner, but the Jet, his name fits him because he's got a lot of speed. He was able to come around the corner and make the tackle.
But they do pick up yard. It's 3rd and goal to go. The deep back is Panarelli. They're going to let him carry the ball and try to get off the left side. He slices and dices, and he's in. Panarelli scores from 3 yards out. And Farmingdale draws first blood as they take a 6-0 lead over Freeport with just under 7 minutes to go in the first half.
And they went off tackle that time. Had no success in the middle of the play before. Went off tackle. He made a couple of Freeport players miss, and he was able to squirm into the end zone using those wrestling skills to contort his body and able to get into the end zone. And very important. Farmingdale jump out to the early lead. They cannot play from behind. That's not their game. They need to play from in front in this matchup. And they strike first blood.
Well, they go 7 plays, 41 yards. They go the short way. And the kick is up, and it is good. So the new kicker they brought on today, Eric Hoffman, nails one and gives Farmingdale a 7-0 lead over Freeport with under 7 minutes to go in the first half. We'll be right back. You're watching the LIPA Game of the Week on Telecare.
Today's game is brought to you by J.P. Morgan Chase, proud sponsor of high school sports on Telecare. J.P. Morgan Chase, with convenient branches throughout Nassau and Suffolk counties to serve you. So whether it's a saving or a checking account, visit J.P. Morgan Chase. The right relationship is everything.
Broken.
Who has room in their life for a broken burner? For installation and reliable service of clean gas heat, call Keyspan.
The Baha Man T-shirt factory, 948 Atlantic Avenue in Baldwin, is a proud supporter of Long Island high school sports. The Baha Man has the finest screen printing and embroidery for your team uniforms, T-shirts, hats, pants, bags, or flags. The Baha Man also offers custom logos for contractors, restaurants, companies, fundraisers, and sports teams. So for your team uniform needs, give Peter a call at 516-378-1553 or check out their website at www.bahaman.com. So back here at Farmingdale High School, along with Wayne Morris, I'm Ed Ingalls, as Farmingdale takes the 7-0 lead. Steve Panarelli with his 12th touchdown of the year. By the way, Panarelli, an outstanding lacrosse player, is committed to go to Syracuse and play lacrosse.
Yeah, you know, a lot of these kids who play lacrosse. I mean, you know, covering these games the last 4 years, every team that I've seen has at least 2 or 3 outstanding lacrosse players on their roster at any position. And, you know, it's something that you see a lot of in the last 5 to 10 years. A lot of lacrosse players playing football, a lot of football players playing lacrosse. And, you know, it's good for the schools because they have a lot of good athletes.
Paul Muley kicking off for Farmingdale. It's a short kick, but it gets a good bounce. Tracked down inside the 5-yard line, bobbling the ball away. He puts it on the ground. It may be recovered by Farmingdale. Let's wait and see. And the fumble never had control. Farmingdale has the football. Rietmeyer could not hold it. Farmingdale comes up with out of the pile for Farmingdale with the football, number 27. That's Travis Fliosa with a nice pick there. Travis Fliosa on the special teams. He's 5'11". He's 165, a junior, makes a big play recovering the fumble.
And Eric Rietmeyer just compounded his initial mistake, not feeling the ball, letting it roll to the 5. Just dropped the football. Just was trying to make something happen after the ball rolled around, trying to get as much as he could, and just simply dropped the football. And Farmingdale came down and recovered. And now they're in a spot right now that is a gift, you know, field position once again, and they have to take advantage of the mistake.
Well, they've got the ball down and mark it down around the 10-yard line of Freeport. Farmingdale was there just a moment ago. Danowski wants to throw. He's got him out there in the left flat. It's complete to the big guy as he motors down. It's Matt Albanese into the end zone. Number 8 on a 10-yard toss from Danowski. And Farmingdale with 2 quick touchdowns in the space of less than a minute, Wayne.
Yeah, and, you know, simple play. They're going to roll Danowski once again. And Albanese lined up at the wing, just slipped out into the flat, and he was wide open, mixed up in the coverage in the secondary of Freeport. And, you know, Farmingdale jumping on top right away. It's a good play call. Come out, throw the ball right away after a big turnover. Don't just run it up the middle. And they did a terrific job in executing. And now they're kicking a second extra point in less than 30 seconds.
And now ready to try the extra point is Chris Hargrove, the lefty. It is no good, wide right. So there is timeout on the field with Farmingdale leading Freeport 13-0 late in the first half. Again, the clock out. And by the way, you're watching the LIPA High School Game of the Week on Telecare.
In Mineola, see your good neighbor, State Farm agent Jim Patterson, for all your insurance needs.
Arena football, demonstrated by Kurt Warner and John Elway. Arena quarterbacks pass almost every play. Score so high you'll need oxygen. Running for the sidelines? What sidelines? Offense also plays defense. Oh, one more thing. The field, only 50 yards long. This is the Arena Football League, Season 17. This February, football is in the house.
Back here at Farmingdale High School, so the Dalers are in the driver's seat, taking a 13-0 lead over Freeport. Let me correct who the extra point kicker was. The soccer player they brought up today is now wearing that number 6, Eric Hoffman, the lefty. He missed the extra point. But remember, he had been playing soccer until this week, so this is the first week he's been eligible to kick. He's 1 of 2 tonight. And now Freeport with a high-powered offense, unable to move the ball so far. Really a little pressure on them to come from behind. Hempstead had him behind. Baldwin had him down 28-14, and Freeport rallied to win that game.
Well, absolutely right. You know, you can't count this team out. And that's one of the things that Buddy Krumenacker mentioned this week. He said, we got to finish the game. Even if we get up on top early, we got to finish the game.
Rietmeyer from the 7. He's going to give Freeport decent field position if they ever get him down. He's a tough guy to pull down. Eric Rietmeyer obviously upset because the last time he fumbled the ball away. 6'0", 170, a junior. He scored 8 touchdowns this year, most in receiving. So Freeport lines up this way. On the offensive, let's give you the Freeport offense. As they go with along the left side, they got him. Adam Woodmansey is the left tackle. The left guard is Bemi Otolaja. Eric Healy is the center. Trevor Malm is the right guard. Right tackle is Stanley Gutierrez. The quarterback from Freeport is Mills. He's high-powered, but so far tonight he's been shut out as the Red Devils go 1st and 10 from their 25. Hard throw, unable to hold on to it. He's been throwing right most of the night. Mills has gone to the right side. That time he tried to hit Jerry Lambie, but overthrew the target.
Yeah, and you know, that time the ball went right through the hands of Hammond Gilliam, and you know, almost intercepted by Jerry Lamb. So right now, you know, Freeport's got to find some rhythm very quickly because they've been out of sync the entire first half. Haven't been able to put anything together. They just need a couple of plays to get themselves going.
They don't even have a first down in this game. 1st and 10, now they're 2nd and 10 for the 28 from the spread formation. Mills wants to go deep, looking for Retmeyer. He's got room, but the ball is overthrown. Nice job covering him downfield, trying to stay with him was number 7. Nice job by Matt Danowski, the safety.
It's overthrown a little bit, but Eric's got to keep running. You know, he's looking back for the ball, and he's just got to keep running and trust his quarterback and get it out there. And especially with the wind behind you, you got to keep running. And right there, he slowed down looking for the ball. He's just got to keep running his route. So, you know, he's a good receiver. He runs great routes, but that time he just had a little mental breakdown on his pattern.
Got a lot of speed. Of course, Danowski, number 7, the strong safety, also was kind of playing a cornerback now on the bottom of the screen. Comes up close on Rittmeyer. Farmingdale said they were going to play man-to-man in this game. Not zone, but man-to-man, and they've done man-to-man coverage most of the night. 3rd down for Freeport. Over almost a diving catch, but not quite. Really stretching out for that one with a nice lunge that time. Number 5 was Junaid Hammond Gilliam.
Yeah, Randy's got to set his feet on that. He had Hammond Gilliam open on a corner out, but he's got to set his feet. I know he's on a half roll, but without pressure, you don't have to throw on a run off balance like that. He's got to set his feet and deliver the football.
Mills had time to throw the football. You're right. Rolling out, got to set the feet. He's got the wind at his back, and his passes are sailing a little bit. So on 4th down, Mills will punt it away. Freeport still does not have a first down. Panarelli will field it at the Farmingdale 40. And he goes backwards. Good coverage that time by Freeport. They got the people down the field. Leading the charge was Lennox Norville, 32. He made a nice play. Also, Bemi Otolaje also in there. Wayne, you going to talk about him?
Yeah, you got to like him when the big fella's hustling down the field. You know, he's playing on that line, you know, on the protection, and he's down. He's the second one down there making the tackle. So, you know, coaches can appreciate when the big fellas get down there in a hurry.
So Farmingdale late in the first half. Again, we'll tell you the clock is out. They had a power outage here at Farmingdale High School this afternoon. They lost all power at 4 o'clock. Tom Howard, the athletic director here, did an excellent job of getting the power back on for the lights, but the clock was never fixed.
And we got the open press box, and I just heard the official yelling at the coaching staff for Freeport. 5.5 minutes to go in the half.
1st and 10 for the Dallas for the 31. They're up 13-0 on Freeport. Danowski trying to go somewhere, but that play went nowhere because defensively good penetration up the middle that time by Freeport. Leading the charge was Bemi Otolaja, number 56.
Yeah, you saw his quick feet right there. Their tackles are very active and they like to penetrate. So right there you saw Otolaja looked like he was on a little slant, got inside the A-gap and was able to get penetration and get Danowski before he was able to get going.
So the Freeport defense has to step up here. Now we heard so much about the offense, but when you're down 13-0, your defense has to stop Farmingdale from controlling the football. As the Dallas put 2 wide receivers at the bottom of the screen. They put Panarelli down there with Kakandi, but that's not going to go anywhere either. Again, Freeport gets good penetration.
And those 2 wideouts out there right now are window dressing. They are not going to throw the ball out that far. They got 2 wideouts out by the numbers, and then what they're doing is trying to spread them out, but Freeport's figured this out. They're trying to spread them out and run up the middle. And the last couple of plays that Freeport...
Danowski, let me interrupt you. Danowski's limping off, Wayne, on the tender ankle.
Yeah, you see him limping right there, but he's a gamer. He's going to stay in the game. And, you know, as I mentioned, he got hurt last year in this ball game, so we're going to have to keep an eye on how he's running. They're going to call a timeout right now.
All right, we're going to step out with Farmingdale leading Freeport 13-0. Late first half. We'll come back. You're watching the LIPA game of the week on Telecare.
Hey boys, want to have some fun?
Then you've got to get down to Long Island Cycle and Marine in Bayshore for their preseason clearance. Going on now. Save thousands on every motorcycle, every jet boat, every ATV and wave runner in the store. Long Island Cycle and Marine. Long Island Cycle and Marine has the hottest Honda, Kawasaki, and Yamaha products at huge preseason savings. Long Island Cycle and Marine.
Long Island Cycle and Marine, where the fun begins.
Sprains, strains, tendonitis, back pain. At Plainview Physical Therapy, their experienced staff of rehabilitation professionals are able to evaluate and treat your orthopedic problems. They use state-of-the-art equipment and techniques which will get you back on your feet or court as quickly as possible. Plainview Physical Therapy participates in most insurance plans and has convenient hours, including evenings and Saturdays. Call them at 516-935-1958. That's 516-935-1958. Plainview Physical Therapy, they care for you.
The Long Island Institute for Professional Studies was founded in 1961 and takes great pride in its commitment to serving Long Island teachers and coaches. They offer both in-service and graduate-level courses, as well as New York State-approved coaching courses. All graduate courses are offered in partnership with Brooklyn College. To register for courses and request additional information, contact them at 631-563-1400. That's 631-563-1400, or visit their website.
Along with Wayne Morris, I'm Ed Ingles, and Freeport on the last two downs has done an excellent job of defensively stopping Farmingdale, forcing the Dalers into the kind of situation they don't want to be in. 3rd and 13. Have 3 wide receivers. Skakandi comes in motion. He sets up as a wing on the right side. They're going to quick kick it. And that's a good move because the ball is going to go deep and bounding out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Excellent job that time by the kicker. They chased Willie Seward. He couldn't catch up to it. What do you think about that quick kick on 3rd down?
Well, you know, I'm an offensive guy. I hate the quick kick. I'm gonna use every down I could get to make some yardage. But in this situation, they got the lead, and it's good call for them. They got the lead. They didn't want to try to force anything and cause a turnover, so they want to take advantage of the field position. And Danowski did an excellent job getting the quick kick off, considering he was limping around the play before.
Well, puts back Freeport to it pushes him inside their 20-yard line to the 18, but they go 1st and 10. Freeport without a first down in this game. That's amazing when you consider Red Devils average 35 points a game. Farmingdale defense doing an outstanding job. And that did it again. That time Barrett tried to turn the corner. They're just waiting for him on the edge to come up and make the stop. John Kirk, the defensive end, made the hit. Good job by Kirk. We haven't talked too much about him, but he's tough. He's experienced. He's 6'1", a 200-pound senior, and he's strong on the edge, a defensive end.
It was a good play, but once again, another example of Freeport being out of sync because it's a trap, and Eason ran into the block instead of cutting up inside the trap. So good play by Kirk, but once again Freeport out of sync.
2nd and 12 for the Red Devils. They go from their 16-yard line. Mills, number 12. He's the gun. He's the trigger man. Not going to get the first down. He stopped. Good job defensively again. That time reading the play very well was Steve Panarelli, a number we call quite a bit, number 11, up to make the hit. But they do get a little yardage on that play, and Freeport is finding yards hard to come by in this game.
Yeah, and now they're stuck with I believe, a 3rd and 10 right now, and they need to have somebody step up and make a big play at this point. Because right now, no one on their offensive side of the ball has done pretty much anything. They haven't, like you mentioned, they haven't got a first down, and somebody's got to step up and make a big play.
3rd and 10 for the Red Devils from the 18. That's that quick pass out to Rickmeyer trying to get it done, but he will not make it to the first down marker because Farmingdale gets up there in a hurry. Matt Danowski, the strong safety, in to make the hit, and Freeport's going to have to kick it away.
Yeah, and good tackle by Danowski. So apparently that ankle injury is all fine now. He made an excellent quick kick, and he just comes up with a big tackle right there because he's covering the slot receiver. Rettmeyer runs it out, padded, and he closed on him quickly, and not allowing him to turn upfield. Because he was able to turn upfield, he would have got the first down, maybe more. So terrific job by Danowski.
That is only the 3rd reception that's been completed for Freeport, and all short. Remember, this is a high-powered offense. They like to throw the ball deep. So far, they've been shut down. Mills will have to kick it away. Farmingdale waiting for the ball back at the 42. Candy up top of the screen. Panarelli down the bottom. The Candy takes it at the 45. He's not going to go anywhere, but Farmingdale again starting out with good field position from their own 45-yard line. The clock is out, late first half. Farmingdale leads Freeport 13-0. You're watching the LIPA Game of the Week on Telecare. Long Island Athletics, where all of Long Island comes for their sports supply needs. Service is our specialty.
Helping to protect our environment. That's what we do. By developing clean alternative sources of electric energy, like geothermal, solar, wind, and fuel cell technology.
LIPA, the power of change.
Helping Long Islanders conserve electric energy. That's what we do. By showing businesses how to build energy-efficient buildings and helping homeowners reduce their electric energy usage year-round.
LIPA, the power of change.
So the Dalers go first and 10 from their 45 with 1:30 to go in the first half. And this is Zaccarello. We've not called his name tonight. He's quick around the edge. Good job running the football. He was the starting tailback, Joe Zaccaro, number 156, 165, the junior. Before he got hurt with a concussion, Panarelli stepped in, played so well, he got the starting job. But you can see Zaccaro gives him a different look, Wayne, with that speed.
Yeah, he's a quick back, short stature, you know, a quick kid. And he picked up a terrific block by number 4, Sciscandy, who came down and cracked back, allowed him to get the corner.
That time, Rietmeyer and Barrett made the stop for Freeport. Second, about a foot for Farmingdale. Here goes the big guy, Albanese, 240 pounds. He lugs off the right side, gets a first down. Dalers move the ball.
Well, you know, you knew that was coming on second and short with the big fullback, Albanese.
So first and 10 now for Farmingdale at the Red Devils 43. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Timeout taken by Farmingdale. They'll talk it over. Again, it's Farmingdale 13, Freeport nothing, in a battle with a lot of ramifications here. The Conference 1 championship on the line, the number 1 seed for the county playoffs. It will start later in the week. We'll step out. We'll be back in a moment.
Do yourself a favor. Stay off the track.
Computer Associates. We don't just make great software, we make great neighbors. CA, proud to support Long Island.
Back here at Farmingdale High School, along with Wayne Morris, I'm Ed Ingalls. And Mike tell you that Farmingdale, in the last 12 years, has played 8 of those 12 years for the conference championship. That's remarkable. In other words, 2 out of 3 times in the last 12 years, they were in the conference championship. And now with about 1:19 to go in the first half, Dalers go first and 10 for the Freeport 42. This is Donowski.
Come on, wrap it up. Shoot.
Well, Donowski shows his footwork. Looks like a ballerina. Gets about 5 or 6 yards, but time running out on the Dalers here in the first half.
Yeah, and they had him dead to rights in the backfield, but you saw right there his quickness and his athletic ability, able to scramble out and try to pick up as many yards as he can. Being careful with the football. He's got a lead right now. He doesn't want to turn the ball over, so he did a good job just tucking it away.
Picked up 6 yards before he was knocked down that time by Taylor Eason. That's Javian's younger brother, plays in the defensive backfield situation for Freeport. So it's 2nd and 5 for Farmingdale out of the eye. Albanese, a quick hitter, didn't get much that time. It looks like Farmingdale's just going to run out the clock and settle for a 13-0 lead here at halftime. No, Donowski's running around asking for timeout, so maybe Buddy Krummenacher wants to take a shot at the goal line before the clock expires. Wade?
Well, you know, if you're gonna take a shot at the end zone, you need to throw the football instead of running it up the middle for 2 yards and then taking a timeout. So try to figure out what they want to do right now. They're on the 35-yard line.
Okay, timeout. We'll be back. Farmingdale leads Freeport.
Computer Associates. We don't just make great software, we make great neighbors. CA, proud to support Long Island. Today's game is brought to you by J.P. Morgan Chase, proud sponsor of high school sports on Telecare. J.P. Morgan Chase, with convenient branches throughout Nassau and Suffolk counties to serve you. So whether it's a saving or a checking account, visit J.P. Morgan Chase. The right relationship is everything.
So the first half is running down. We're down to 62 seconds left. Farmingdale goes on 3rd down and about 3 for the Freeport 35, and let's see if they'll take a shot at the end zone. At the top of the screen is Panarelli. Man, and remember, the Dalers are going into the wind. At the bottom is Candy. Panarelli's got it. And he takes it down around the 20-yard line where he is stopped.
Yeah, sitting out there, running a stop route, and the corner just for some reason just backed way off of him, and he's wide open. So it's pitch and catch, and got out of bounds, and the clock stopped. With the first down, and so we have no idea how much time is left on the clock, and I'm getting a signal 54 seconds left in the first half. So we're going to see what Farmingdale's going to do at this point. They only line it up 2 receivers, sending 2 receivers out in the pattern. So they're going to try to make something happen.
All right, that pass to Panarelli was good for 16 yards. The stop was made by Eric Rietmeyer. Farmingdale has a shot here now. 1st and 10 for the Freeport 19-yard line. Danowski got a guy deep. Said he goes short. Inside the 15, they're going to mark it at the 13 on a short toss. And nice catch that time out of the backfield, making the grab for Farmingdale. 84 made the catch. That was Will Presti, the wide receiver.
And they're going to call forward progress so that it stopped before he went out of bounds. So the clock is running. He did not get out of bounds. And I don't understand why they huddled up.
Mark it at the 13, 2nd down. Danowski looking for room. He's inside the 10, inside the 5. He's down to the goal line, stopped at the 3, but how much time is left? And how many timeouts left for Farmingdale?
They got to stop the clock now because they got a 1st down. So
all right, timeout. Farmingdale on the move. They've got it down inside the 5-yard line. That time up to make the touchdown-saving tackle, Javian Eason.
See, they just took their last time out, which I don't understand. He had the 1st down, so you could have came up and spiked the football to stop the clock, give yourself 3 shots in with a timeout from the 3-yard line. But they decided to take that timeout at that point.
In Mineola, see your good neighbor, State Farm agent Jim Patterson, for all your insurance needs.
The Baja Man T-shirt factory, 948 Atlantic Avenue in Baldwin, is a proud supporter of Long Island high school sports. The Baja Man has the finest screen printing and embroidery for your team uniforms, T-shirts, hats, pants, bags, or flags. The Baja Man also offers custom logos for contractors, restaurants, companies, fundraisers, and sports teams. So for your team uniform needs, give Peter a call at 516-378-1553 or check out their website at www.bahaman.com. So Farmingdale using their final timeout of the first half as we're under about 30 seconds to go, but they moved the ball down the Freeport 3-yard line. Farmingdale up 13-0. And Wayne, kind of curious, when they ran the ball in the middle of the field about the Freeport 35-yard line, just a buck in the middle of the line, looked like they were not looking to go for the touchdown, took that timeout, and they made a change of policy. Krumenaka obviously said, let's go for it, and went upstairs, started throwing the ball around, and now they moved it down to Freeport 3.
Yeah, it cost themselves some time. The pass to the sideline to Will Presti the referee said his 4 o'clock was a stop before he went out of bounds. So the clock was running, and they went back in the huddle, and they took another 20 seconds in the huddle before they came out and ran that play with Danowski down to the 3. Got the first down, the clock stops. They could come up, spike the ball, and save that in the final timeout, and take 3 shots in the end from the 4-yard line. Now they only have 18 seconds to go, no timeouts, so it's going to be very difficult for them to run the ball, so it's going to have to throw the ball to take the shot through the air into the end zone.
Well, Danowski likes to roll out. Freeport wants to keep him in the pocket. Let's see what he does. They're going to roll left. Danowski to the goal line, in for the touchdown. Wonderful move that time. The quick feet of Matt Danowski found the hole. He runs it in, and Farmingdale has a surprising 19-0 lead over Freeport.
Well, you know, when you got a quarterback that's running around like that and breaking tackles, I guess it doesn't matter how much time you got left, because he was stopped dead at right, but number 9, Willie Seward, the safety, he came up and he just whiffed. And Danowski was able to walk into the end zone. So, you know, big mistakes on the part of Freeport early. Field position has played a big part in what's going on here, because on their scoring drives, they started twice inside the 50 and once inside the 10. So they've taken advantage of their field position.
So they'll go for the 2 with Danowski on the option. He's going to keep. He gets in. So Danowski putting on quite a show here, giving Farmingdale a 21-0 lead over Freeport. Danowski ran in for 2. He scored a touchdown from 3, and he also earlier in the game connected on a touchdown toss to Albanese from 10 yards out. So right now, Farmingdale, a surprising domination of Freeport. Freeport came in here with that 23-game regular season winning streak.
Well, right now, that's looking at a lot of trouble right now, that winning streak. But you keep in mind, we talked about 2 weeks ago, they were down 28-14 to a very good Baldwin team. They had given up 28 straight unanswered points, and then they came back with 21 straight of their own. So they're very capable of making a comeback. But you have to get a first down first, Eddie, on offense if you're Freeport. You gotta get better field position for your defense. Right now, the Freeport defense has been backed up the entire ball game. So, you know, they've been put in situations where they're not able to have the ability to make some mistakes because they're backed up. So, but give Farmingdale the credit. They've taken advantage of the field position. They've taken advantage of the 1 turnover, and they've been able to execute. And they've been being led by Matt Danowski, who's done a terrific job so far today, scrambling around, breaking tackles, and making plays.
Well, yes, the Farmingdale offense has done a really good job, but I'm really impressed by the Dalers defense, the way they've shut down Freeport's high-powered offense. They've not allowed the Red Devils to get any kind of rhythm. As you mentioned, no first down. They haven't, you know, we've seen Mills in situations other games where he can create a lot. He can roll left, set his feet, throw the ball well. But tonight, he's not throwing the ball all that well, and they're not able to establish a running game because Farmingdale often puts 8 people in the box and stops the run.
Well, they've come out and they've played man-to-man, bump and run, challenged them, and that's all they've done in the first half. So it frees up their linebackers just to concentrate on the running game because they don't have any pass responsibility. They don't have to drop into zone coverage. So the Albanese and the Thade have been able to make the tackles on the run.
Eric Blinder with the script kick. Time running out. Freeport will get the ball out around the 40-yard line, but only a handful of seconds left here. We do not have the official clock. That is not working tonight because of a power outage here at Farmingdale. But we know we're down within 30 seconds. Well, we were told 18 seconds on the touchdown, right? So now we'll do the math. There can't be more than about 5 or 10 seconds left in the first half. Sometimes I say that, and of course they signal the end of the half. I've had that happen. Doing the math in my head can get tough, Wayne.
I'm telling you, you just we're relying on it. We got a couple of runners down there. The AD, Tom Howard, AD of Farmingdale doing a terrific job running back and yelling up to the press box so they can tell the fans how much time's left in the half.
Well, Howard still got some speed. The AD here, the athletic director at Farmingdale, shows the sprint speed. That ends the first half, and they're rejoicing on the Farmingdale side of the field. The Freeport people shaking their heads because it's all Farmingdale in the first half. The Devils putting on quite a show here in building a 21-0 lead over the Red Devils. Freeport with no first downs. Quick recap, it was a battle of punts most of the first half in the first quarter, but then Farmingdale went 41 yards in 7 plays, with Steve Panarelli in for 3 yards out. Freeport took the ensuing kickoff, fumbled the ball away. Farmingdale got a big break recovering at the 10-yard line, really up Freeport in the key play of the first half. And one play later, Danowski hit Albanese with a 10-yard touchdown toss. And then Farmingdale capped off the first half with another short drive, with Danowski going in from 3 yards out, capping off a drive that had started from the Dallas 45-yard line. That drive went 55 yards, and Farmingdale also added the 2-point conversion. So, Wayne, your thoughts about the first half?
Well, you know, it's been a field position advantage for Farmingdale, turnover advantage for Farmingdale. They've played much better, and on offense and defense, than Freeport, and that's really all you can talk about in the first half. Freeport has not gotten into any rhythm on offense. Farmingdale has come out and challenged them, saying we are better than you, and we're going to play man-to-man and see if you can take advantage of us. And they have not been able to take advantage of what Farmingdale is doing on the defensive side of the ball.
So Farmingdale came out and wanted to intimidate. That's the style of football. They may not have intimidated Freeport, but they've certainly shut them down. All right, 21-0 Farmingdale over Freeport. It's halftime, and Greg Schultz standing by to do some interviews when we come back on the LIPA High School Game of the Week on Telecare.
Hey boys, want to have some fun?
Then you've got to get down to Long Island Cycle and Marine in Bayshore for their preseason clearance. Preseason clearance. Going on now. Save thousands on every motorcycle, every jet boat, every ATV and wave runner in the store. Long Island Cycle and Marine. Long Island Cycle and Marine has the hottest Honda, Kawasaki, and Yamaha products at huge preseason savings. Long Island Cycle and Marine.
Long Island Cycle and Marine, where the fun begins.
The Long Island Institute for Professional Studies was founded in 1961 and takes great pride in its commitment to serving Long Island teachers and coaches. They offer both in-service and graduate-level courses, as well as New York State-approved coaching courses. All graduate courses are offered in partnership with Brooklyn College. To register for courses and request additional information, contact them at 631-563-1400. That's 631-563-1400, or visit their website.
Greg Schultz here at halftime at Farmingdale High School. I'm here with the president of the Friends of Farmingdale Athletics, Frank Nocerina. Now, Frank, we have you to thank for this, you and your organization to thank for this great night under the lights here.
Absolutely. Our organization about 3 years ago raised money with the help of Senator Charles Fischello into acquiring the lights so Farmingdale school system can play not only night football but also night lacrosse, soccer, and track.
Well, tell us a little bit about the organization, what exactly you guys do, the purpose of the organization.
Well, we have a motto. We raise money. We do fundraising activities within the community, and our motto is to raise money to give it away. We raise money for the athletes, the student athletes, and we give them any money they need to fund their programs, and that's what our organization strives for, and work very closely with the community on this.
Okay, now if someone wants to get involved in the Friends of Farmingdale Athletics, who would they contact or what would they go through?
We meet every month, the first Thursday every month at the Teachers Cafeteria in Farmingdale High School, and we look forward to having anybody can be members. You don't have to have an athlete in the school system. You want to be the Friends of Farmingdale Athletics, we're very happy to have you aboard.
So we got a lot to look forward here at Farmingdale Athletics, a lot more games under the lights?
Absolutely. We try to do all sports under the light that the Farmingdale school system allows us to do.
Okay, great. Thanks for joining us, Frank. Frank Nocerina here, president of the Friends of Farmingdale Athletics. We'll be back with more at halftime here at Farmingdale High School.
Long Island Athletics, where all of Long Island comes for their sports supply needs. Service is our specialty.
Helping Long Islanders conserve electric energy. That's what we do. By showing businesses how to build energy-efficient buildings and helping homeowners reduce their electric energy usage year-round.
LIPA, the power of change.
Greg Schultz here at halftime at Farmingdale High School. I'm here with the president of the Booster Club at Freeport, John Jeffries. Now, John, tell us a little bit about the Booster Club, what you guys do, how to get involved, that sort of thing.
Well, certainly our major mission, our single mission, is to promote Freeport sports. So far as involvement, we meet the second Tuesday of every month at the high school in the faculty cafeteria. It's a great organization, a lot of fun, and we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of great sports in Freeport. We really do.
Okay, a lot of achievements to talk about too, girls volleyball and tennis teams?
Well, this year our girls volleyball team and girls tennis team were conference champions. Last year we took a special pride in the fact that 7 of our teams were noted for academic honors by the state of New York. And as I said, that in itself is a wonderful, wonderful accomplishment, and kind of overlooked is scholar athletes today. And that's something we very much want to applaud our athletes for.
Talk about how you've been active with the football team as well. Successful season for them. It's got to be a lot of activity in the community with the Freeport football team.
Well, there's no question but that we have a lot of interest in a football team. The football team is going, I believe, tonight for its 23rd straight regular season win. The football team has been a real source of pride over a lot of years in the village of Freeport, winning a number of Rutgers Cups, Long Island championships, Nassau County championships, and we take a tremendous amount of pride in their accomplishments and really, really look to them as a source of community pride. I mean, there's signs up around town and things of that nature all the time.
Okay, John. Thanks for joining us. John Jeffries, the president of the Booster Club at Freeport. Be more from halftime here at Farmingdale High School.
Tonight's game is brought to you by LIPA, the power of change. Long Island Railroad, going your way. By Computer Associates, proud supporter of Long Island. By J.P. Morgan Chase, the right relationship is everything. Keyspan Energy, service Long Island's gas needs. By State Farm Insurance, call Jim Patterson in Mineola. By the Baha Man T-shirt factory, offering the finest screen printing and embroidery. By the New York Dragons, arena football at the Nassau Coliseum. By Long Island Cycle and Marine in Bayshore. By Freeport Booster Club. By the Long Island Institute for Professional Studies. By Plainview Physical Therapy and Fast Edge. By Long Island Athletic, Hempstead Turnpike, Farmingdale. And Friends of Farmingdale Athletics. Back here at Farmingdale High School to get ready for the second half along with Wayne Morris. I'm Ed Ingalls. And Wayne, in the first half, Freeport not even a first down. What do they got to do offensively here in the second half? What adjustments do they have to make to get that high-powered offense going?
Well, you know, it's cliches, but they need to get in the rhythm. They've just seemed out of rhythm the entire first half. And you got to give that to what Farmingdale's doing on defense as well as their own mishaps. What I feel they need to do is they need to start taking advantage of the one-on-one matchups they're getting all over the field. Basically what Farmingdale's doing is they're lining up, locking up man-to-man when they come out 4 wides, and that leaves the 2 linebackers, the linebackers free. So all they're doing is spying on the running back. So whenever they run that quick trap up the middle, the linebackers are free. They got no pass responsibility whatsoever, and they're making a tackle. And then when the Freeport goes to the 2-back set, once again, the linebackers are free, and all they're doing is keying in on the running backs because Randy Mills is not really going to run, and they're man-to-man on the outside. So once again, they have no responsibility to the pass, the linebackers. So they're ganging it up on the run. That's why they're not able to run the football. So until they take advantage of the one-on-one coverage on the outside, the running game's not going to work.
Well, first the Red Devils are going to have to kick off to Farmingdale. Admin Palazzi will kick off to Farmingdale. Farmingdale in the green, Freeport in the traditional red. Freeport has not lost this year. They've got a 23-game regular season winning streak on the line, but they're in jeopardy here, down 21-0 to Farmingdale. And we are told if Farmingdale wins this game, they will get the #1 seed in the 4-team Conference 1 playoff, which will begin on Thursday. So Freeport must dig in defensively if they want to get back in the game. As Kakandi is up to the top of the screen, and to the bottom of the screen is Panarelli waiting for the kick. They're inside the 10-yard line. We're underway, second half action. Panarelli at the 1. Good job by Freeport. They break down the wedge and they pin Farmingdale with their work field position of the game.
I'll tell you what, it's something you see right there. A clean kickoff where the receiver doesn't bobble the ball and the coverage team stops them inside the 20. So that means that, you know, Coach Sullivan said something because they're fired up, because you don't usually see that anywhere where the coverage team runs down and tackles the guy inside the 15 on this level unless the returners muffing the ball or something. But they did a great job on the coverage.
All set up by an outstanding kickoff back to the goal line. Now Farmingdale goes 1st and 10 for the 12. Number 8 is the quarterback. Or number 7, Matt Danowski is the quarterback. Panarelli is in motion. And they give it to the big fullback, trying to get somewhere. But that time we did so well the first half, Matt Albanese, he is stopped. And that's another indication, Freeport coming at you defensively that time. Good job to stop the 240-pound fullback. But a Freeport player is hurt on that play, kicking his legs. He's obviously in quite a bit of pain. We'll try to pick up that number for you in a moment. But we're going to step out right now with Farmingdale leading Freeport 21-0 on the LIPA Game of the Week.
The MTA Long Island Railroad is the quickest and most convenient way to get to Manhattan. And if you're taking the kids, the railroad's family fare makes it economical too. Children under 5 ride free at all times. Children age 5 through 11 ride for just 50 cents each on off-peak trains when accompanied by a parent or guardian. Ask for the family affair. Computer Associates. We don't just make great software, we make great neighbors. CA, proud to support Long Island.
Back here at Farmingdale High School, the injured player was Stephen Barrett, the senior 185-pound linebacker. Right hand injury on the tackle that time as he tackled Matt Albanese, who weighs 240. Good defensive play for Freeport, makes it 2nd and 10 from the Dalers from the 12. Got a crosswind blow here in the second half. Got a little movement on the left side that time with the ball. Joe Zaccaro, number 1. He only carried the ball once in the first half. He's only 5'6", 165. Has, however, rushed for 635 yards this year. Has scored 10 touchdowns.
And you know, Stephen Barrett's checking back into the game now. So evidently, the hit to the hand, it was just stung his hand for a little bit. They taped it up like the good old trainers do to all football players. Just tape it up and run right back in there.
I love those high school kids. They bounce back in about 5 seconds. I'd be out 6 weeks. Eric Healy made the stop that time as a fired-up Freeport defense now has forced Farmingdale into a 3rd and 9 situation. Albanese is the big back behind the quarterback, Danowski. Danowski wants to throw. Over the middle, got a man open, stretching out, but not able to put it away. Nice try, though, by Will Presti, 84. He's 6 feet, 210-pound senior. The captain has those very good hands and certainly can stretch for the long one. Of the year, he's caught 3 touchdown passes, Presti.
Yeah, terrific effort. He laid out. That's what you like to see. You like to see kids laid out on the line, especially in a big ball game. Unfortunately, he needed to be a couple of inches longer, you know, in the height. He didn't have those couple extra inches and wasn't able to come up with it.
So they're going to have to kick it away. Kirk will kick it away to Eason. Now a chance for excellent field position for Freeport. The wind blowing, now shifting in the face of the kicker. The lefty punter boots, tries to kick it away from Reedmeyer at midfield. Good field position. Flag is thrown, block. It's going to come back, and Freeport moves inside the 20-yard line. Illegal block, Wayne.
Oh, that's a terrible call. He hit him up top in the chest, and then he fell down, and then the ref saw him on the ground and threw the flag for a clip. Unfortunately, we got a player down, but that's a bad call by the official. I mean, right here in front of me, Stephen Barrett with the crackback hit him in the chest, and then slipped to the ground, and then the defender fell over the top, and now the defender's injured, and that's number 22, Josh Sutherland.
Today's game is brought to you by J.P. Morgan Chase, proud sponsor of high school sports on Telecare. J.P. Morgan Chase, with convenient branches throughout Nassau and Suffolk counties to serve you. So whether it's a saving or a checking account, visit J.P. Morgan Chase. The right relationship is everything.
Hey boys, want to have some fun?
Then you've got to get down to Long Island Cycle and Marine in Bayshore for their preseason clearance. Preseason clearance. Going on now. Save thousands on every motorcycle. Every jet boat. Every ATV and wave runner in the store. Long Island Cycle and Marine. Long Island Cycle and Marine has the hottest Honda, Kawasaki, and Yamaha products at huge preseason savings. Long Island Cycle and Marine.
Long Island Cycle and Marine, where the fun begins.
So the play being helped off for Farmingdale is Josh Sutherland. Has a injury. Looks like he may need some assistance to be carried off, as the Red Devils will go 1st and 10 from the 45, and this is about the best field position they've had all day. But so far, Wayne Morris, Freeport, no first downs. Hard to believe, early second quarter, a team that averaged 35 points a game being shut down this much by a really stingy Farmingdale defense.
Yeah, you know, right now they just need to
once they pick up that first down, the pressure will come off them a little bit, and they put a couple plays together, and then you start building confidence. Came up with a terrific defensive series. Now they just need to put it together on offense.
And the quarterback is Randy Mills. He's thrown 17 touchdown passes this season, but he was shut down the first half. Mills has no room as he is gang tackle. Boy, Farmingdale just pushing up the middle. Excellent job leading the charge for Farmingdale. The big guy, the middle linebacker, Matt Albanese.
And that's what I was talking about earlier when we started this second half. Linebackers just sitting there. They're just reading the quarterback, reading the halfbacks, and waiting to see who gets the ball. And there's nobody there to pick them up because they got 4 wides. They're playing man-to-man, and you're outnumbered up front.
Freeport goes 2nd and 10 from the 44. Mills not going anywhere that time as he just snowed under. Big tackle that time by Michael Monroe, the co-captain, number 40. Monroe, 5'11", 220. He gets after you, the coach tells us, Buddy Krummenacher. We saw that then.
Well, he got after him right there and was able to get the sack. And you see his indecision on the part of Randy Mills. He's just not getting rid of the ball in rhythm. And, you know, we use that cliche a lot, but it means a lot. You know, you got 11 players out there working in trying to work in succinct order and run their routes at a certain depth. And the quarterback needs to get rid of the ball. And they're having breakdowns right now, and they're out of rhythm.
Means it's 3rd and 19 for Freeport. Mills. Nobody there, but picked up by Danowski at midfield. Danowski stepping in front of the intended receiver. Where the pass was intended for Rittmeyer, but Matt Danowski, who's having a wonderful football game. Danowski with a touchdown pass tonight. He run for a touchdown, made a couple of big tackles. Now he makes an interception.
You know, they tried to run the corner route with the slot receiver, and the ball was slightly underthrown, and Danowski made a terrific interception. The ball actually, one hand up on his shoulder pad, and was able to pull it back down and stepped out of bounds at about the 48-yard line, and now, you know, ended the Freeport drive, so they're still without their first down.
And what happens now is Farmingdale gets excellent field position. They're again in Freeport territory. They spend a lot of time on Freeport's side of the lawn. In the first half, they go 1st and 10 from the 47. Matt Danowski is the quarterback. Albanese behind him, and the deep back is Steve Panarelli. He sits down now. Zaccaro's in. Little guy trying to get around the corner. He's got the first down. He's got one man to beat. Zaccaro inside the 20, knocked down inside the 15. He turned on the Jets around the corner.
Bad angle by Willie Stewart, the safety. That's his job to stop that. He came up and just took an inside-out approach. He's got to take an outside-in approach, and underestimated the speed of Zaccaro, who beat him to the corner and had some good blocking downfield by the wide receivers, and he picked up a big gain.
So he picks up on the play, 33 yards, finally brought down. The stop was by Taylor Eason, 5'10", 150-pound sophomore. Small but fearless is what they like to call him at Freeport. But here's Farmingdale, 1st and 10 from the Red Devils' 14-yard line, mid-3rd quarter. Danowski has a man open. Albanese knocked away. Excellent defensive play down the goal line. That was number 10, Taylor Eason. Got a hand on it, knocked it away. Could have been a TD for Farmingdale.
That's a good job because he was out there on the tight end of 84, Will Presley, and he fell off the tight end and picked up Albanese, who just snuck through the line and stuck down the middle of the field. Linebacker was a little slow. Linebacker was in trail position, and Taylor Eason just came off his guy and made a tremendous play.
I like the call that time. That's a play they have not run in this game. They're going to send 2 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen. Panarelli at the very bottom. Scacandi is on the slot, but they give it to Zaccaro off the left side. Shows a little power as he goes inside the 5-yard line. So Farmingdale very definitely moving. Taylor Eason again up to make the stop. But when you're making the stops, when your DBs, your defensive backs, are making the tackles, that is not a good sign.
No, it's not a good sign. And right now, Ed, you know, they got a 3rd and about 4 or 5. This is a huge play in this ball game because you got to get some negative yards, force them to kick the field goal, and come away with 3 points. You got to get a stop here if you're Freeport if you want to have a chance to come back in the game.
3rd down for the Dalers at the 5. Here comes Zaccaro. This time he tries the right side. He gets inside the 5.
Yeah, he's going to be going to be short about a yard, and it's a big decision right here. And you know, if your buddy Krumenacker, you can go for the kill right here and try to put him away on 4th down. You know, it's a good choice because if you don't get it, you're going to put Freeport in bad field position inside their own 10-yard line. So, you know, knowing the type program they have here, knowing how they've been aggressive the entire ball game, I would assume that they're going to go for it right here.
Well, the other thing, too, is you're going with a new kicker. Eric Hoffman up for the soccer team. This is the first game he's played. He's only kicked field goals this week, place kicker. So, you know, he hasn't got that much experience. So on 4th and 1, they're going to go for it. The up back is Albanese. Watch him.
Didn't get it.
Well, he's still struggling, though. I don't think he got it, but
didn't get it.
Pounded in the middle. A good job by the Freeport interior defense up to make the stop that time. Eric Keeley, number 51.
But there was penetration by Bami Okalaja, number 56, who came underneath, that got him by his ankles, stopped his forward progress, and then Healy came in. I mean, I'm looking up here, and I don't think he got it.
Also,
if he did, it was a very good spot because he had absolutely no forward progress off the initial surge.
Also in the tackle, Stanley Gutierrez. Gutierrez making a nice stop, 54. Leading tackle on the team, came in with 49. They're going to have to measure on that 4th down play. A huge measurement here because if Farmingdale gets it, they've set themselves up to build on that 21-0 lead. Freeport needs a stop right here. And Freeport gets the stop. Red Devils go 1st and 10 from their 4.
Well, it looks like my eyes are working good today. I was 0 for 2 last week, but my eyes work good today. 1 for 1 on the 1st down calls. And now it's a good call by Buddy because now Freeport's in their own 5-yard line. They haven't had a 1st down the entire game. So you pin them back and then you force them to punt and then you're right back in good field position. So it was a good choice by Buddy.
Your eyes have improved because I'm here to encourage you. With my eyes, you better have good eyes. So here's Freeport backed up with Mills, the quarterback, at the 4-yard line. 1st and 10 down, 21-0 to Farmingdale. Clock is out officially, but we're late in the 3rd quarter, I would think. And that time they go for the T formation. No spread that time. They try to go up the gut, but nothing there. They ran Barrett up the middle, waiting for him. Matt Albanese. He's all over the place. The big number 40, rather number 8, the middle linebacker. He's 240 pounds.
It seems like he makes every tackle when they decide to run up the middle. He's making every tackle. They got to get him blocked.
No gains, so now Freeport's 2nd and 10. They've got 2 wide receivers at the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom. They're going with 2 setbacks. They've gone now to the 2 set. They switch out of the T this time. They go back to the spread. Let's see if he goes under the center. Mills has been under the center maybe twice in this game, that's all. There's that Northwestern pitch. They're going to get some yardage to Barrett, try to break tackles as he gets out across the 10.
I was actually Raisin Burnett getting his first carry of the ball game. You know, Coach Selden talks about Burnett. If they played a traditional 2-back set, he would be a starter. Unfortunately, they go with the 4 wides and the 1 back, so he's limited to a backup role, but he has that starter potential talent. And unfortunately, because of the offensive sets, he's you know, he's limited to the backup role behind Stephen Barrett.
Well, Burnett ran into Steve Panarelli, but you know what? For the first time today, Freeport has moved the chains. They go 1st and 10. They get a little room as they move the ball out to the 15-yard line. And a nice pickup by Burnett. He gets 9 on the play. The first down for Freeport does not come until late in the 3rd quarter. Burnett came off the bench against Bowman, was very successful in the 2nd half coming back in that game, moving on the offensive line. You notice Freeport doing anything now. They put Burnett in. It gives you a little more power in there. Jumping off was Larry Alboa, the defensive tackle for Farmingdale. 5-yard pickup. Freeport gets a little help trying to move out of the shadow of their goal line.
See, this is what you need. You need something to get you going. Even if it's a penalty that gets you in better situation, it's something positive for the Red Devils on offense. And they need to pick up the pace a little bit because their goal is they got to get in the end zone before this quarter's over. Because, you know, to ask the offense to score 3 touchdowns in the 4th quarter is an awful lot. So you got to cut the lead one drive at a time.
Again, man coverage by Farmingdale. Mills with a little play action. Not much room. He tried to go up the gap, and you talked about that earlier. The linebackers just waiting, and they make the tackle. Again, Albanese, number 40, in to make the stop for Farmingdale. Helped out that time. In to make the tackle, too, was Greg DiStefano.
He's got to recognize that he's got the linebacker spying on him, so when he decides to tuck that ball away, there's a couple people waiting on him, and he's not the runner that Danowski is. He needs to sit in the pocket, throw the ball, so he needs to get rid of the ball. Get rid of the ball on time and realize the fact that he's got Albanese and the other linebacker spying on him, so he's not going to get a lot of yardage running.
Lost a yard, 2nd and 6. They could try to go back up the middle. A little handoff, that time Raisin Burnett trying to get yardage. But again, Farmingdale doing an excellent job of reading. And we talk about what I like to talk about when you have a 2-point stance, your offensive lineman, as opposed to the 3-point stance, which you normally see in a non-run and shoot offense. It can't help your blocking for running game that much.
Well, you know, this is the type of system they've been doing here for years, and they've been able to run the ball, you know, in a lot of ball games. When you pass a lot, you're normally in a more of a regressive instead of a passive situation because you just throw the ball whether you're in a 2 or 3. So we'll touch on that later.
Yeah, you got to spread the defense. Mills going under with a diving catch. Richmeyer gets it right at the chain. He may have gotten the first down. Let's see if they call her incomplete. Hit the ground and pop free.
Yeah, good effort. Good effort by Richmeyer. The ball was thrown low to the outside. He made the effort. I'm not sure if he caught the ball, if he was going to have enough for the first down. So they're going to be forced to punt.
So now Mills got to punt it away after Freeport picked up their first down of the game. Late 3rd quarter, Farmingdale leads Freeport 21-0 in this battle for the Conference 1 regular season title. Waiting for the kick. Candy at the top of the screen. Panarelli at the bottom of the screen. Here's Panarelli at the 45. So Freeport again in a hole. They got to step up with the defense. Farmingdale again, good field position at their 48. We're going to step out here with Farmingdale leading 21-0 on the LIPA Game of the Week on Telecare.
Helping to protect our environment. That's what we do. By developing clean alternative sources of electric energy, like geothermal, solar, wind, and fuel cell technology.
LIPA, the power of change.
Today's game is brought to you by J.P. Morgan Chase, proud sponsor of high school sports on Telecare. J.P. Morgan Chase, with convenient branches throughout Nassau and Suffolk counties to serve you. So whether it's a saving or a checking account, visit J.P. Morgan Chase. The right relationship is everything.
So limping off is number 73, Rob Herms, the starting right tackle for Farmingdale, 6'1", 240-pound junior. And Wayne, while this game is big tonight in determining the Conference 1 regular season championship, certainly this could be a much bigger game in 2 weeks.
Yeah, you know, that's going to be the big one. You know, a year ago, Freeport won this game and then lost 2 weeks later. Farmingdale eventually lost. And, you know, so the game that's going to matter is next week and the week after that.
So Danowski at 1st and 10 for the 40 on the option, gets 5 off the right side. As Farmingdale wants to control the clock, control the ball, and Danowski seems to be gaining more confidence as this game has gone along, too.
Well, you know, he's done exactly what the game plan has called for. Make the big plays. He's making the big plays with his legs instead of his arm. They're not gambling down the field. The passes that they are throwing are safe out in the flat, off play action, off the half roll. So he hasn't made any mistakes throwing the ball, and he's made a lot of big runs, especially on that drive at the end of the half to make it 21-0.
And again, it had to be the secondary, had to come up and make the stop. Willie Seward, after 5-yard pickup. Farmingdale goes 2nd and 5. They've got Pirelli and Candy down low, and they run an option for the draw up, rather the counter plays the car off the left side. He takes it down inside the 15-yard line. They've got a player hurt, a Freeport player down. Well, they set that up beautifully, the counter. They look like they're going to go strong right to go back left.
Yeah, and then Freeport sold out on the blitz, and a couple of Freeport players ran right past him. You know, I know he's only 5'6", but they blew the play. They ran right past him. They were right in position to make the tackle, and he just ran right by him. And then once he broke that hole, he just outran the safety, Willie Seward, to the corner, and you know, made another big run.
He certainly gives him a different look, Joe Saccaro, and the ability to get outside with all that speed. They've been using him in the 2nd quarter on. The injured player for Freeport, by the way, number 51, Eric Healy, now getting up and being assisted. as we have a timeout, and we'll come back. Late third quarter. Third quarter should be history. I believe that's the end of the third quarter, with Farmingdale leading Freeport 21-0.
Do yourself a favor. Stay off the track.
Computer Associates. We don't just make great software, we make great neighbors. CA, proud to support Long Island.
Back here at Farmingdale High School Stadium, with Farmingdale leading 21-0. They got a touchdown. Second quarter. Steve Panarelli went in from 3 yards out. They picked up another one on Matt Danowski, hitting Matt Albanese on a 10-yard touchdown strike. And then before the half, it was Danowski in for 3 yards. Ralph Benarchek, a story here. One of the storylines of this ball game, the Freeport linebacker.
Well, clearly in Russ Sealand's 16 years, he's not used to seeing his linebackers being pushed around by a big fullback. Going all the way back about 8 years, Jerry Mackey last year, Clifton Smith, who's now the leading tackler at Syracuse, Moreland Greenwood, who's the half-brother of the junior linebacker, Kyle Greenwood. All these guys, big Division I prospects right here. They're being pushed around by a bigger guy. That's the fullback Matt Albanese here tonight.
Of course, Kyle Greenwood, his half-brother, as you said, is Moreland. He plays for the Miami Dolphins after being all Big East at Syracuse. All right, Wayne, 21-0, and certainly Freeport in a dire situation to try to pull this game out.
Yeah, and you know, I'm stating the obvious here that they need to stop and can't let Farmingdale get any more points on the board. So they're going to have to be aggressive, come with the blitz. They have to make the tackles. You know, they've come with the blitz last couple of plays, but missed the tackles. They have to be very aggressive and start right now trying to force some turnovers, trying to strip the football from the ball carriers of Farmingdale.
And certainly Joe Saccaro has come in, the 5'6", 165-pound junior, has made a big difference for Farmingdale, especially running the left side. He's been very effective on that last play of the third quarter. He went 23 yards in a counter play off the left side. So Farmingdale in good position, 1st and 10. They got it down at the Freeport 13-yard line as we start the fourth quarter. And Freeport's winning streak of 23 in the regular season, it looks like it's going to go down the drain here unless they certainly make a stop on this drive as Danowski goes under the center. Here's Saccaro again, and he hurdles down inside the 10. Well, he shows a lot of athleticism, little guy, but just leaps over the pile.
Well, you know, what you see when you watch him is he's moving at a different speed than a lot of people on the field. He's quick, you know, he's explosive. He hits the holes really well, and I like what I see in him. You know, he got injured a couple of weeks ago, and then Panarelli came in and did a terrific job. And so with him and Panarelli, you give a good combination of two different backs, two different styles of running backs, and you know, it's good for them in the long run.
So Saccaro picks up 3 with Gutierrez and Barrett making the stop. 2nd and 7 for Farmingdale at the Freeport 10. Danowski. He's inside the 5, gets pushed out of bounds, leans that shoulder in with a good job with the shoulder. Danowski showing some strength that time, runs into Taylor Eason, who's only 150 pounds, and he nudges Eason back a yard or 2.
Yeah, you know, and I've seen this Freeport team in the last 4 years, and this is, I've never seen a defense not able to get off blocks and not able to tackle as well as they have been in the past. And even 2 weeks ago, they tackled much better, able to get off the blocks, but tonight they haven't been able to get off the blocks. And so you got to give that credit to Farmingdale for working hard and staying on their blocks. The receivers block it downfield. You get big runs in the running game when your receivers block downfield.
And this was the question mark for Farmingdale coming in, inexperience in the offensive line, but they are 3 seniors up there, and they've grown as the season's gone on. Here's Albanese down to the goal line. Wait for the signal. Touchdown. No. Make it Michael Monroe carrying the football. And number 45, 11, 220-pound senior captain Michael Monroe takes it to the house. And Farmingdale now has built a 27-0 lead over Freeport.
Yeah, but Michael Monroe doesn't get a lot of carries. He's a linebacker, defensive end. He plays a lot of different positions, and he's a power back, fullback, and you know he gets some carries every now and then. So he's making his few carries count. And he's another big kid, 220 pounds. And you see they're just starting to wear down the defense now.
Well, talk about wanting to pound the ball and make ball control. Buddy Krumenaka talked about that when I talked to him today. That drive is a typical Farmingdale drive. 11 plays, 52 yards, eat the clock, keep the defense moving backwards, and keep Freeport's offense on the sideline.
Yeah, that's another touchdown off the turnover. So that's 2 turnovers, and they come converted both of them. 14 points off turnovers, and you know, you turn the ball over in the big games, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be on the winning side of the score.
So Russ Sellon, the coach of Freeport, obviously disappointed by the fact that his team is getting not only beaten, but beaten badly after rolling in here trying to rack up a 3rd consecutive season, regular season, by going unbeaten. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen tonight. Farmingdale has dominated this game after first quarter where they sparred with each other, these two teams. But Farmingdale did establish good field position. They got that going early on, and that really has dictated what's happened here in this game. Eric Hoffman, number 6, will try the extra point, the soccer player, in his first action in football. It's tonight. Wide right. So Farmingdale misses the extra point, but in almost every other category tonight, they have been outstanding as they take a 27-0 lead over Freeport early 4th quarter. And one of the players on the Farmingdale side, the offensive tackle, Rob Herm, is being taken off on a stretcher. However, he is sitting up. He is conscious, and we hope he recovers very quickly. LIPA High School Game of the Week on telecast.
CA, Computer Associates, the world's leading independent software company. Today's game is brought to you by J.P. Morgan Chase, proud sponsor of high school sports on Telecare. J.P. Morgan Chase, with convenient branches throughout Nassau and Suffolk counties to serve you. So whether it's a saving or a checking account, visit J.P. Morgan Chase. The right relationship is everything.
So the Red Devils have to go into the wind, trailing by 4 touchdowns. And they go 1st and 10, back at the 1-yard line with Mills. Alongside of him is Stephen Barrett, number 2. 3 wide receivers, 2 top of the screen, going to throw out there. That one is complete for short yardage. Spinning and twisting. Making the catch is Rittmeyer. Flag goes down.
You're going to have a late hit out of bounds. I don't know. They were fighting while they were heading out of bounds, and, you know, Rittmeyer got thrown to the floor, so the ref don't want anything to get out of control, so threw the flag. But if you're Freeport, what you want right here is you want to get something positive out of the last 7 minutes. You want to work on something because you may have to play this team again. So you want to come away with a feeling, hey, you know, we didn't play very well in the first 3 quarters, but we were able to get something going late, and hopefully that'll carry over to the next time if you see him again.
Yeah, it's hard to come back 2 weeks later and play the same team if you've been beaten so soundly, especially you've got nothing out of your high-powered offense all day, and your defense really hasn't been able to stop Farmingdale. So Freeport goes 1st and 10 from their 25. Mills and Barrett in the back. Down here at the bottom of the screen is Rittmeyer. Inside him in the slot is Gillum. They go with 2 wide receivers top, 2 wide receivers bottom. Here comes the blitz, comes late. Mill trying to hit the big guy, Easton, and he does. Inside the 40, inside the 30 to the 28, and Freeport has just picked up their biggest play of the day.
And I've been wondering where that's been all day, because that has been open all day. They've been playing man-to-man on the outside. I was surprised that they haven't taken more shots like that early in the ball game. That's something is what I'm talking about. This is something you can take to the next ball game. The fact that you can line up and run past somebody. They're going to be thinking about that if they face somebody 2 weeks from now. So, you know, that's something positive. That's what you want. And, you know, if you're Farmingdale, hey, you know, they got to play on us down the field, but we're still up 27-0. And, you know, so, you know, it's a situation, a tremendous catch. Nice throw by
Javier Easton with a 47-yard catch here, Wayne, for the first down. His biggest catch of the game, biggest game for Freeport, and they really have their deepest penetration in Farmingdale territory as they go to the Dallas 28, 1st and 10. Mills loading it up. Boy, that's a nice pass right on the button, line drive shot that Easton makes another catch.
And that's what you do. That's what, when you come out, you threaten deep. Even if you don't complete the deep ball, what it does, it sends a message. So guess what? Next play you come back and run a hitch. The defender's thinking about the play before, and it's nice and easy pitch and catch.
Yeah, they think you're going to throw short. You just spin and go deep. Pick up on the play of 7 yards, makes it 2nd down and 3 for Freeport from the Farmingdale 21-yard line. Delazo in command of this game, 27-0 over the Red Devils late in the 4th quarter.
I think it's time to put a little heat on this.
Mills, of course, they go with that no huddle. He came in with 17 touchdown passes for the season. Had a hard time finding 18 tonight. There's that quick pitch to Barrett up the middle. Northwestern play. Barrett trying to get to the house, and he does. Barrett runs it in from 21 yards out on a little flip pitch. Touchdown Freeport. They get on the board. You talked about Freeport needing to get something. Barrett gets him 21 yards in a TD.
And that time you saw the linebackers more concerned about the pass, and they gave up the room in the middle. They run the quick shovel pass to Stephen Barrett. Picks up a couple of nice blocks down the field, particularly by number 7, Jet Bates, right at the goal line that enabled him to sneak in.
Now that's a Freeport drive. 4 plays, 99 yards. That's how they talk about when you talk to their coach, Russ Cullen. He says, you know, a typical drive for us is 5 plays, 80 yards. Well, that was 4 plays, 99. They'll go for the extra point here. Palazzi will attempt it. It is good. So it is Farmingdale 27, Freeport 7. We do not have the official clock here. I would say about 5 minutes maybe to go left in this game. We'll come back on the LIPA High School Football Game of the Week on Telecare.
Today's game is brought to you by J.P. Morgan Chase, proud sponsor of high school sports on Telecare. J.P. Morgan Chase, with convenient branches throughout Nassau and Suffolk counties to serve you. So whether it's a saving or a checking account, visit J.P. Morgan Chase. The right relationship is everything.
So this could be, if not the last play, very close to it with 27 seconds to go in the game. Freeport goes 3rd and 9 from their 46. But this is just window dressing now because this game has been decided, with Farmingdale doing that in the second quarter with a 21-point explosion, building a 27-0 lead before Freeport scored here in the fourth quarter on a Stephen Barrett 21-yard run. Red Devils in 3rd and 10. Mills. And dropping the ball in his hands, but he could not hold on to it, was Junaid Hannum Gilliam. Brings up a 4th down, and I'm pretty sure Mills is going to throw again.
Yeah, that's the one thing we can predict tonight. Not the time, though. You know, we've been without the scoreboard the entire game. They had a power outage here earlier. You know, sent you know, the officials and the administrators here at Farmingdale, they did a terrific job, because they, at one point, they didn't think they were going to be able to get this ball game off because the lights were out, and they got the lights back up and not the scoreboard. So Tom Howard and his staff did a terrific job.
Mills firing one deep. He's got Gilliam running down, and what a hit. Gilliam almost had the ball locked up when it got bumped hard by number 23, Ryan Milford. Milford normally plays a defensive end and back situation. Defensive back at 5'10", 155. The junior with a good play by Milford. And Farmingdale will take over and run out the clock here. All right, let's look at this game, Wayne, in terms of what do you think the differences were in this game? Farmingdale dominating really from the beginning and just getting more and more control of the game as it went on.
Well, you know, Farmingdale came out with a plan, and they executed their plan. Came out, played aggressive on both sides of the ball, came out, played man-to-man, and Freeport was unable to get any rhythm offensively, unable to take advantage of the man-to-man coverage. They came up, press position, and they weren't able to, you know, you saw Easton make the big play late in the game, but that's something that they could do early, and Farmingdale took advantage of good field position, and they took advantage of 2 turnovers, and they played a terrific football game. And they, you know, a lot of people thought they were, you know, after the blowout loss to Baldwin, everybody was talking about it's going to be Freeport and Baldwin fight for the title, the regular season title, and it ends up being a 3-way tie now. And people forgot about Farmingdale for a little while, and I don't know how you can do that. That they are the defending champions, and in my book, until you knock off the defending champions, knock them out of the playoffs, they're still a chance until you beat them.
Well, they'll get the #1 seed because they came in Farmingdale with a higher powder rating because they were the defending champs, and also strength of schedule. As we understand it, Farmingdale will get the #1 seed in the playoffs, and that probably sets up Freeport and Baldwin to play the 2-3 game in the semifinals, and Farmingdale will play the #4 seed, still to be determined, next Thursday at Hofstra when they have the Conference 1 semifinals. Matt Danowski, big game, 1 touchdown rushing, 1 touchdown passing. We're going to come back with the post game, but once again, the score, Farmingdale 27, Freeport 7. We'll be back.
Computer
7-7, the final score here at Farmingdale over Freeport. The Dalers take the win. Coach Krumenacker, how important was this to send a message to this team early that Farmingdale is now the Conference 1 champions?
Well, I think it was something that we had. It was the goal we set in the beginning of the week to send a message to the conference that that we are the defending champion and we are the #1 seed, and we hope to come here tonight, final game for these guys on this field, and finish as the #1 seed and go into the tournament that way.
Did you take a look at the course of this game? There was a playoff feel to this. Did you get a sense of that?
Absolutely. I think the game was played with great intensity, and I think that, you know, our early ball control and things like that set the tone of the game, and before you knew it, the first quarter was over, and we had all the possession time.
The man that threw for a score also intercepted one in the backfield, the quarterback, Matt Danowski for the Dalers. Matt, what kind of message do you think this team sent out there? Obviously, Matt Albany is also running it very well.
Yeah, well, that was our goal, was to send a message to Conference 1, because we feel we weren't getting a lot of respect, and everybody talked about Freeport's offense and how good they are, but we're #1 seed, we're defending Long Island champions, defending Nassau County champions. We wanted to send a message, and that's what we did. I think we accomplished that.
You might see this team in a couple more weeks. How difficult is this matchup? Although the scoreboard didn't dictate it, how tough of a team is Freeport out there?
Well, the Farmingdale-Freeport game is always a tough game, and it's always a war, and it's always been that way, and I think we play them again. I think we can beat them again. I think this game gave us a lot of confidence, and it gave us a big step into the playoffs.
27-7, the final score. Farmingdale over Freeport. They are now the Conference 1 champions for 2002.
Computer Associates. We don't just make great software, we make great neighbors. CA, proud to support Long Island.
Well, it was supposed to be a very tight game. Instead, we had another trip to Blowout City with Farmingdale winning over Freeport 27-7. In a game like this, regular season finale for both teams. Both teams finished the year 7-1 in the regular season. They may meet in 2 weeks from now for the Nassau County Championship, Freeport and Farmingdale. What can these two teams take from that game tonight and apply to 2 weeks from now?
Well, for the victorious Farmingdale Dalers, what they take away is confidence and a feeling that, hey, you know, everybody was talking about Freeport and Baldwin after we lost